Hi everyone! Today I'm sharing a little art haul from one of my favourite places to browse, the Bakier art shop in Point 90 Mall here in New Cairo, Egypt. I found some really interesting watercolour paper, some watercolour pencils I've been longing for ages, and a cute travel paint set no bigger than a makeup compact. Of course, I couldn't resist snapping them up. Find out exactly what I brought home in my haul and enjoy a relaxing painting session with me using some of what I found. So let's dive in. Hi everyone, Diane here. Welcome to my channel, which today is coming to you from downtown New Cairo in Egypt. And I've got a few things to show to you today, which I have purchased here in Cairo yesterday. And just out of interest, because I hadn't ever been to an art shop here in Cairo before, not least for the last, around about 1990, I think was the last time I tried that. And so I wasn't sure what I would find, but I did find in one of the nearby malls. And if you watch this video to the end, or even if you just dip in and out, you might find little bits of video here and there that I've taken yesterday, showing you a little bit of the mood of this city, which is a very modern city now indeed, and has everything you could wish for and more. Bought 2 stickers, think happy, be happy, and whatever. I think I'm going to put those on my iPad. What do you think? I think that would be very appropriate. So anyway, I picked up a few things which I have been wanting to get for a while, and primarily the one thing which particularly caught actually Tamsin's eye. We went into the shop called Bakier, which is in the Point 90 Mall, which is a new-ish kind of mall. Doesn't say they're in that one on here, does it? No, it doesn't. So, you know, they're all spreading all the time. More and more and more shops are opening up here. So if you ever feel inclined, it's very cheap to come to Cairo at the moment because the currency here is absolutely terrible. The value of money here is terrible. You get about 60 Egyptian pounds to £1 sterling or 50 US dollars. So when you see something 7,000 Egyptian pounds, you have to divide it by 50 to find out that it's 35 pounds. So something like that anyway. So yes, it's really cheap. And holidays here at the moment are running out very inexpensively, around about £600 for a trip to Cairo. So anyway, I saw this here yesterday and I thought, I've often used in my videos Cairo Aquarelle Black, which I really, really like because it's such a very dark black watercolor pencil. And just looking to see if I've got one here. I know I have, but I cannot see it at the, oh, there it is. There we go. This is the one you'll recognize from before, the Stettler Cairo Aquarelle Black, which is a beautiful dark velvety kind of black, and I'm very fond of that, but I've never had any of their colored ones. So yesterday we saw this and I grabbed it. I thought I'm going to pick that up now and see how that goes. And I might do today's art in, it has an opening. Good. I might do today's art in this once I've tried them out. This here cost me, I've written it all down here. This cost me 700 Egyptian pounds, which works out to about $15 or £11 English money. In England, this would cost you £16, whereas, and in America, it would cost you $24. So if you came on holiday here and you wanted to buy this, you could get it for the bargain price of approximately $15 as opposed to 24, you know. So funny, isn't it really? Because I do believe these are an German brand. So prices are all over the place, all over the world. It's all different. So I'm just going to cut that to get this open. And the same thing applies to everything else. If it's made here, whatever it is you're wanting to buy, the prices are really low. And I'll show you something I bought yesterday, which cost me $1 approximately. It was $1.50. And it looks like quite a nice brush. It's a size 14 synthetic nylon watercolor brush, and I will try that out shortly and see what we think. I hope I'm focusing okay here. I can't see. Actually, take my glasses off, I might be able to see then. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. It's a bit soft, fairly soft, but I mean, what can you say? $1.50 for a size 14 brush. Anyway, so inside, what have we got? We have got these colours. We have got, they do many more. This is only a small beginner's set. So that's the colour range that they have. And I know without reading this that the colours are rich, they're smooth, they blend easily, and they're light fast. So it's a really nice set. And looking at them, what have we got here? Have they got their names on them? No, they haven't. So we have black, we have dark brown, 2 shades of green, 2 blues, a pink, a red, vermilion, an orange, a warm yellow and a cool yellow. So that's perfect basic palette for anybody who wants to do any kind of art, actually. So we will try those out shortly. I'll put them over there. And also from the same range, I got this, which is a travel set from De La Rowney. In the same shop, I got this, which is an Aquafine watercolor mini travel set. And I have heard about these. I've seen them advertised online, on Amazon and so on and so forth. De La Rowney is a good make, very well known. And what have we got in here? In here we have got a tiny, sweet little brush. It is little, it's a size 4. But you could, if you were working in a small book like this or something smaller, a brush this size isn't laughable. It's perfectly reasonable to use a brush this size. It's got a cover to keep it safe. I presume these little triangles are for mixing colours in. And we have, in fact, got all the colours that you must have in order to be able to paint something. We've got brown, we've got the 2 greens, warm and cool. We've got the 2 blues, warm and cool. We've got the 2 yellows, ditto, warm and cool, and red. So this is a split primary palette, ideal. Yeah, can see you through very many paintings. And this one, according to what my notes are that I took this morning, that cost us in the shop here, that cost us 600 Egyptian pounds, which is about $12 or £9.50 in English money. And online, that would cost you in America $17 as opposed to 12 here, and 10 in the UK, which is about the same. So no great difference in UK and Egypt. So I'll give that a whirl too at some point in the near future. And then I bought a pad of, saving the most unique to last, I bought a pad of Aquafine textured watercolor paper. This, I believe, was $19, would be $19 in America. And here it was $15 and would have cost, a little bit less in England, in English money, about £14. I didn't look it up to see how much that was on Amazon.uk. But anyway, this is standard watercolor paper, which is really quite nice. It's £140, I think. Yes, it's £140. It has nice texture. It should be good, and we'll give that a try too going forward. And then I bought 2 locally produced kinds of paper, which are quite funny, I think. I haven't really looked at them in detail yet. I haven't unwrapped this one properly. But this is an A5 watercolor pad, supposedly. So let's see what's inside. Generally speaking, quality of locally produced things here is, unreliable, to be kind, unreliable. So let's see. That's a very bluish white, isn't it? It's completely smooth on the back, and it has a very unusual sort of texture on the front. I have no idea how that would work. It doesn't say what it's made of, I don't think. China paper performs beautifully with all wet media. Surface withstands scraping, erasing, and repeated washes. Heavily sized to allow lifting dried colours. So, nice cover. And 20 sheets of 200 grams. So it's a little bit lighter than what we normally recommend, but but not bad for the money, because that only cost us, what have we got here, 104 Egyptian pounds. That's about, I don't know, £1.50 or a couple of dollars for that. So very inexpensive. Probably made in China, I expect. Now this one is intriguing. It's in a plastic bag, so I haven't had a good look at it at all. But it's in a plastic bag, and it's then inside of that, it's in a plastic cover, which is like a handle. Isn't that intriguing? I've never seen anything like that before, which is the reason why I decided to buy it. So it's got a lovely cover, and then, you know, underneath there's a nice drawing. You could copy that, couldn't you? And then it's got, a lot of people start off by copying what's on the cover of their notebook, it's true. And then it's got this handy dandy, I can take you anywhere kind of thing. I've never seen that before. That's very interesting. So let's have a look what's inside. It says 60 sheets, and it says 30 sheets of special matte paper for sketching and drawing, and 30 sheets of special matte 180 grams, that's thicker, for watercolor painting. So this is your drawing pages, just ordinary sketch paper in the front, and then somewhere near the back we've got a dividing sheet. 2-in-1, there we go. This is your watercolor section. And that's like the kind of paper that you find in this sort of book, I think. This is, this is one of those, the ones with the Dutch sounding name. I can't remember what they're called now. Here we are, talons, royal talons. And the texture is very, very similar. It's obviously a different colour. But you can paint watercolour in one of these, as I have done. But it's obviously hot pressed. So you can presumably paint hot pressed on this as well. It'll be interesting to find out. Isn't that exciting? I'm very excited to explore all of this. So we've got 3 different types of paper to try out. And we've got a brush to try out. We've got watercolour pencils to try. I'm not going to do all of this today, obviously. And an Aquafine little mini travel set, which I have to unwrap the paints of. And did I mention the brush? Yes, I did. So, where shall we start? I had in mind that I was going to do a painting today, which would be a hare. And this is my drawing that I've done preparatory to painting it. And I'm going to stop now. And it's 12 o'clock. I'm going to stop now and prepare to do that. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out or what I'm going to do exactly, but I will be back soon, and we'll use one of these different kinds of paper that's here. And I might try and do it with the pencils. I don't know. I have to see how brave I'm feeling. So I'll let go for a minute, and I'll be back in a tick. I might just use my ordinary Kuretake paints because, you know, it's the first video back in what's the word, in circulation, because I'm sorry, I have to say actually, I did miss Thursday because we had a little bit of a, I think we were just kind of, you know how it is when you go from one climate to another, you go from one routine to another. I'm very strongly routine-based, and shifting from my routine with all the animals and everything, and feeling a bit homesick and feeling a bit missing the animals and so on and so forth. And so I was not my best on Thursday. It wasn't going to happen. It didn't happen, but you have really supported our last one that we put up on, I think, Tuesday, has done really, really well. So thank you for that. And I'll be back in a tick and paint something with you. So hold on, don't go away. Okay, so I'm back now. I've decided I'm going to have a go on the Aquafine watercolour paper, which it doesn't say on here that it's 100%, no, it says it's 100% cellulose. So it's not cotton like the Meaden that we often use, but it's De La Rowney, so it should be reasonably good quality. So I'm going to use it in the vertical format, the portrait format. I'm going to use the, for paints, I'm going to use my tried and tested Kuretake set, and I've put a selection of 8 of them here I've repurposed a set of starry colours, the ones that come, I think this is a Light Wish one. You get all these gold ones and they come in this kind of case. I think you've probably seen it. Most of you have probably even got it. It's been around for a few years now. I've taken the gold ones out and I've just put in my custom selection of autumn shades that I'm going to be using for leaves and things like that in the next little while. I thought that would be a convenient way of keeping them, especially while I'm travelling, because it's got a snap shut lid like that. It has a crack in it because I dropped it, which was silly, but never mind. So that's what I'm going to be using, and I've just got here some browns, a red, a yellow, and 3 greens, so that should be fine for leaves. And then I've got this set of Carrot Aquarelle watercolour pencils there, so that's what I'm going to use for the details. I've also got my black one of the same type, and I'm going to be using this little brush here, which is size 14 according to the Egyptian standard. Size 14 doesn't really look like 14, but it looks pretty sharp to me, and let's see how it goes, because, you know, it only cost me £1 or $1.50 here in Cairo. So I'm just going to paint some random leafy type shapes on this paper. I'm not going to do anything preparatory or anything. I'll be just literally trying out the brush and trying out the pencils. So we'll pick up some green. I'm just going to mix a couple of colours. I probably should be a good girl and use a palette. This is my plastic one. I didn't bring any ceramic ones here this time round. This is the 3rd time we've been painting from Egypt. So let's just try out the leaves. Nothing wrong with this brush, that's for sure. See how the paper goes. So following my usual rule of don't do the same colour twice, always add something when you refill your brush. So we'll do that, and we're going to paint some nice big leaves in various shades of green. And I'll put the stem in afterwards. You can let them touch if you want to get a nice blurry effect. Realism isn't what we're really looking for here. We're just having fun. A little bit of brown in there. And I'm planning to go into these leaves with a pencil to do some decoration on them. It's got a nice sharp point, this brush. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, you don't know how long things are going to last when you buy something that's inexpensive, but it does seem to me lately that the Chinese brushes have been getting better and better. So shall we pick up a dark green, first of all, and just play around with putting in some stems and see how that goes. I haven't done this before, but we can add texture. We can put our veins in using the pencil. We can bring this down, let it attach itself to the leaves. And when you go into water, you get a very interesting dark and light kind of effect, like you do with the black. Remember when I got very excited about going into water with the black pencil when I was doing dragonflies. So, you know, this green on its own might not be what you would necessarily think of as being ideal for stems. It's a bit viridian-y, isn't it? But why not mix and match, you know? So we can swap out with the lighter one for some of these ones that are lighter and see how that goes. This is rather fun. My painting consultant gave me this idea. I'm hopeless, I never can think of anything. But Tamsin said, why don't you just paint something using some paints and a brush and then doodle over it. So I took that inspired idea and decided that leaves are probably the best shape because, or for me anyway, because I like to paint with nature in mind. And a leaf is an easy, feathers is another one that is really, really nice. Okay, so we've done that. And I will come in now, I think, with a bit of, I'm really liking this. I am, really. Come in with a bit of brown, and I'm going to do something unconventional. I'm just dipping the pencil into water so that it acts a bit like a brush. And that way we can control a little bit more. I really like these dark accents that you can get. See that? Isn't that good? Have fun. And this one, and the stem. The stem's absolutely reveling in the dark bit where it joins onto the leaf. And you can use it lightly or heavy. Well, this is a whole new way of painting for me. You could, of course, draw your leaves with the pencil first and then add water to it. But I think that's what a lot of people do. And I'm just trying to sort of create something a bit different. So put quite a bit of brown on there. So let's go back to the green and smush it a bit. Yeah, well, I'm going to leave that one now, and I'm going to do another one over here. Let's start with more of a yellowy green, so I'll pick up plenty of yellow there. Maybe we'll do the next one in yellow mixed with sort of orangey brown, because autumn, you know. Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? Okay, this is looking good. I'm just adding a little bit of red to my yellow, and I'm going to just drop it in towards the bottom of some of the leaves. And maybe I'll do a leaf here in the red. Maybe one here. Maybe one down here while I've still got some paint on the brush. And then the exciting thing, wash out that, we'll go for, let me see, we're going to put, first of all, orangey colour like this, which is a kind of vermilion. And we're going to do what we did on the other one and just join all the leaves together. I think in a recent video I did say, I think I'm really more of a drawer than a painter. And I think I am, because drawing was what I did first when I was a kid. A lot of people would be the same, especially in my generation, because we didn't necessarily have access to as many materials as kids do these days. So for me, my biggest thrill, biggest excitement was one Christmas when I was probably, I think we were living in Swanley, and so that would have made me about 8 or 9 when I was given my first box of paints. It was one of those big tins with lots of little probably the reason why I have a bit of an antipathy, bit of a negative feeling towards little, like in the sets of paints that a lot of people are promoting these days, the little tiny squares. It's probably because I had not the best experience with those when I was young. So anyway, so we'll put that red away and we'll go for the brown now, and we'll do a bit more of that highlighting or low lighting. So anyway, so I spent the first few years of my life, I used to try to make paint from plants. I used to go out and collect berries and things as a kid and mix them up with water and try to crush them and all that kind of thing. I was a pioneer. So I'm going to put some brown dipped into the water, some brown around the bottom outside edges of these leaves. And see what that looks like. I'm pressing alternately hard and soft. Get variation in the darkness. Come down to these ones, it's going to be a little bit less dark because they're on the other side. So you could say the light's coming from this side, these ones are a bit darker. Okay, well, we're coming to the end here. You could put more, you could put berries, you could do all sorts of things here, but actually I'm really quite pleased with what we've achieved here with this new Stettler, I'll get the pronunciation right, Stettler Carrot Aquarelle, not expensive. I think I said, didn't I? Let me see how much this would cost on Amazon. Stettler in the US, $24 for the set. In England, £16. Come to Cairo, have fun, and get it for about $15. You could save $10 on them if you were here. Anyway, just joking. So there we are. That worked well on this paper. I must admit, I am quite pleased with the resilience of this paper, which was highly recommended. Daler Rowney Aquafine watercolor paper. And in America, that will cost you about $15. No, wait a minute, $19.50 for this set. And I assume that will be approximately the same, perhaps a little bit less in England. So there we are, a nice pair of leafy twigs. Hope you enjoyed that. I will see you again soon. Hope you enjoy the shots of Cairo. Not much yet this time. I realised yesterday that there's been a major shift in people's willingness to be have cameras pointed at them, and they don't seem to mind at all nowadays. I suppose they're all online too. So I will hopefully be able to pick up a few more shots, candid shots of Cairo as we go along through our 8-week trip. And just to put your mind at rest, all of the animals and everything at home is in the tender loving care of CJ and Michele from Canada, who are looking after our house while we're away. And if you go to Facebook, to their Facebook page, you'll see lots of pictures of our property on there. And if you fancy taking care of our property next spring when we're away in Cairo again, don't hesitate to get in touch if you like what you see. And you can find us also on Trusted House Sitters, where we have our full profile and everything with all the information about the animals and everything that we do there. So we are looking actively for another pair of fit and healthy, in their middle years, people to come and take care of everything for another couple of months next year. So just thought I'd pop that in there before I say goodbye and it's time for lunch, and I will see you again in a few days, actually, probably on Tuesday. So I'll let you go. Have fun and take care, everyone. Look after yourselves, and most of all, do lots of painting. Bye for now, everyone. Bye-bye. So where is it? What did you this? Yeah, we'll get that.
Okay, I have it in my hand.
Yellow.
Considering the amount of art that goes here, interesting.
Something I've been looking for a while.
Cadmium yellow, vermilion, alizarin crimson, Prussian blue, ultramarine blue, viridian, leaf green, yellow ochre and burnt sienna. That's the same set that I had when I was 12.
In a bag.
Special matte drawing papers for sketch drawing and watercolor drawing.
What kind of weight is it?
30 sheets of 120 and 30 sheets of 180. It's a novel concept, isn't it? It is. With a little handle on the cover.
There's this one. Watercolor pad.
200 grams.
What's this?
That's coloured paper, I think. Except
Right,
it's
so
all white. But this is coloured paper. And
And
it's
this is
coloured.
colored also fluent in the color. Antone paper.
Right, yeah. One sheet of each colour. And this looks like they bought a whole bunch of paper from Canson and then split it and put it in their own envelopes.
Good idea. I don't know they're allowed to do that anymore.